Ladies and gentlemen, welcome you very cordially. Good morning. It's a true pleasure for me to welcome you at the press conference devoted to presenting to you the strategic development of ORLEN Group. On behalf of Daniel Obajtek, the CEO of ORLEN and the host of today's event, I would like to welcome Mr. Jacek Sasin, Minister responsible for state assets and Vice Prime Minister of the Republic of Poland. Hello, sir. I would like to welcome the Ambassador of Hungary to Poland, Madam Urszula Kovács. Good morning. Together with us, we also have His Excellency, the Ambassador of Saudi Arabia to Poland, Mr. Saad Al-Saleh. On behalf of Mr. Obajtek, I would also like to welcome our partners together with us. We have the VP of Saudi Aramco responsible for downstream, Mr. Mohammed Al-Qahtani, with his team. Welcome. We would like to welcome you very cordially. Not less cordially, I would like to welcome the delegation of MOL, headed by Mr. Zoltan Aldot, the head of the Supervisory Board of MOL, and Mr. Oskar Vilagi, the VP of MOL Group. I would like to welcome Mr. Wojciech Jasiński, the chairperson of PKN ORLEN, chairman of PKN ORLEN, and other representatives of the Supervisory Board of ORLEN. I would like to welcome members of the board of PKN ORLEN, Madam Zofia Barua, the head of the board of Lotos Group, and other representatives of the managing board of Lotos. I would like to welcome representatives of the trade unions and the employees' council. I would like to welcome representatives of the media and everyone who was invited to that event. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's watch a short clip. And now I'd like to give the floor to the CEO of PKN ORLEN, Mr. Daniel Obajtek. Mr. Prime Minister, all the ministers, Ms. CEO, Mr. CEO, trade unions, guests, and media. We welcome you to this historical day. It is the day which is very important for our economy and also very important for the economy of the whole region. Climate policy and market fluctuations, the pressure of legal framework and the market requires transformation. We have to act quickly and move fast in order to transform. Only a subject which is diversified, a subject which has combined balance, can go through such a transformation. This requires resources and engagement. It requires technology. PKN ORLEN took it into account when creating the strategy. We took into account the pillar of fuel, the petrochemical pillar, the energy pillar, and the pillar related to retail. We've begun big investment processes in the 4 pillars. The processes which we've begun related to acquisition are related to decarbonization. not only decarbonization, but also new technologies, new possibilities. We've launched also acquisition processes. We've already conducted several of those, but we still are going to face more to come. We have to balance out the competitive concern, which will be setting trends and standards in business. We right now are taking over the Lotus Group. It is a critical moment of the plan of transformation. We've started 4 years ago. It looked completely different. The business in Europe and around the world looked completely different back then. The energy transformation and the times of pandemic also changed the approach to business. All that happened since we've started the process is strengthening the process, is justifying it, is giving even more reason for all those connections. Today, well, of course, before we've had the approval of the European Commission and many months of very hard, difficult negotiations. That's one element. Another one is the structure of transaction. The structure is a combination by merger. It is a structure where we are not cashing the transactions, we are not spending the cash. Therefore, the state treasury is increasing its share in the integrated concern. That was also a very important event. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we have one more event, and I underline it will be a historical date. Today we want to present the partners in the remedial measures who are going to also give the momentum for development. It's not only about meeting the remedial measures, but it is about the further development of our company, not only in Poland, but also abroad. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor of presenting a strategic partner who is going to take over 30% of Gdańsk refinery, who is going to take the wholesale, who is going to take over a part of jet fuel. It is a Saudi Aramco company. Saudi Aramco is not following trends. Saudi Aramco is deciding on the trends to come. It is setting trends in Europe and around the world. Technical trends and trends for development of many pillars. Saudi Aramco is a world producer of crude oil. It's the biggest producer around the world. It's the leader of development of modern petrochemicals. Global leader in the branch of crude oil and gas. It has access to modern technologies. It has thousands of patents for technical solutions. It has an R&D base all around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to underline that it's not only us wanting to meet the remedial measures. We also have signed 3 other contracts, very important ones, strategic ones, just as meaningful or maybe even more meaningful than the remedial measures. This is the framework agreement in the question of analysis and investment in petrochemicals. This agreement is very important to us. Petrochemical industry is an industry which has a vast future and a long future to come. Saudi partners of ours have plenty of solutions which we have to introduce also in here.
I will give you one example. For 13 years in Europe, we've closed 30 refineries. In the last years, they closed 5 more refineries. Today, the crude oil has to be more and more directed into petrochemicals. Today, refineries have conversion on petrochemicals around 13 to 15%. Saudi Aramco has the conversion for petrochemicals above 25%. And in the labs and R&Ds, they are working on conversion for petrochemicals at the level of 80%. So the question of so this can solve our problems. It's not only this, the most modern catalyzers. This is also plenty of solutions for zero emissions, because both PK and ORLEN wants to be zero emission, and also the huge global company announced the same zero emissions declaration. It is supposed to be a healthy zero emissions based on technologies which are not going to be a burden for market and for clients. Technologies which we can afford, which our clients will be able to afford, which the world will be able to afford. Saudi has such technologies, which we also will be using. I underline that they have R&D bases all around the world, and they spend billions of dollars for R&Ds, also in processes where we jointly will be interested. We are going to be beneficiaries of those processes and this investment in R&Ds. Another agreement which we are signing is with the scope of R&Ds. Is a question of research and development. It is an agreement which we've signed with a company SABIC, an integral part of Saudi Aramco. It is a company which also is global in the scope of petrochemicals all around the world. In order to maintain the level of development of petrochemicals which we already began, in order to maintain the quality of fuel, we've signed a third very meaningful contract. It is related to economy of region. It is an agreement for crude oil deliveries. What's very important is the quality of the quality of crude oil and the quality of the grades of the crude oil. We have signed the agreement for up to 400,000 barrels per day. So a unified concern is working through 40 million tons of crude oil, which is going to be sent in different directions. Of course, it will go to the refinery of Lotos, it will go to the refinery in Płock, it will go to the to Możejki. Here, I want to underline that the refinery Możejki is securing Latvia, Estonia, part of Ukraine, and also in a big part is securing Polish market when it comes to supplies, to 2 refineries in Czech Republic, which are securing products for Czech Republic and partially for Slovakia, partially for also we have 30% of market in Hungary, but also we have a share in the market by owning fuel stations in Germany. So this is how we have a partial share in the German market. The crude oil is a very crucial element in the whole process. If we want to process more crude oil, then we have to build our petrochemicals further. If we want to maintain the refineries, we have to use new technologies. If we want to have alternative fuels, then the Saudi side is already far advanced in this scope. And we soon will have to implement into our economy those solutions, because there is no time to waste anymore.
Saudi Aramco is not only going to be present in the region, but they are also present all over the world, wherever they are. They bring in their high business culture. They not only develop companies, they give a technological boost to the local economies. Another partner of ours that I would like to mention when it comes to retail stations is MOL. Pursuant to the decision of the European Commission, we are to divest around 400 retail stations, and we are doing that to the benefit of MOL. But MOL is divesting 200 stations to the benefit of ORLEN, 150 in Hungary, over 40 in Slovakia. 400 retail stations, when compared with the 200 that we are taking over, represents a similar EBITDA level. Let me underscore that, a similar EBITDA level. However, that's not everything. The measures that we are receiving for the divestment will be used to acquire another 100 or so stations in the region. We are on the last mile of the negotiations related to that. Apart from the stations that we are divesting and acquiring, we still have over 100 retail stations of Lotos. Wherever there is no micro-concentration on the market, these stations will be rebranded and will be ORLEN stations. Well, we cannot have one station just next door to the other. That's not an economic approach. We are present in the region. We have our refineries. We have a wholesale market. A wise company is also developing its network of retail stations in the region to transform volumes also into retail and to boost the development of retail in that region. And that's precisely what we are going to embark on. We will increase the concentration or the saturation of our stations in the region. Another partner of ours when it comes to logistics and bitumen is a Polish company, Unibot, with Polish capital. The company that is working in the field of bioadditives with great experience when it comes to NBNs. Last but not least, I would like to say a big thank you to all those who believed in that process. I can go back in my memory 4 years ago when I started that process. People around me were saying, no, that's not possible, that's not going to work. For 30 years, we have not been able to balance out these companies. For 30 years, the Polish state and the Polish economy has been incurring losses because we were not able to balance out our purchases of crude oil, we were not able to balance out affiliates, and we were not able to tap into the potential of the two companies. But thanks to the engagement of many people, thanks to the commitment of wonderful advisors, thanks to the engagement of international and Polish law firms, thanks to the commitment of employees of ORLEN, of Lotos, the management board of ORLEN and Lotos. Thank you, friends, and thanks to the engagement of the support of Prime Minister Sasin, and thanks to all those who contributed to that process, we made it. We arrived at this glorious day. And the times when we live show us that this is the right direction to pursue. We have to balance out the business as quickly as possible so that we can go through the transformation process, to stay on the market and not to be a company that pulls away from the market. That would have happened automatically if we didn't have the right technology. We would simply have to withdraw. It wouldn't be based on our decisions. It would be based on our technological weaknesses. Stability of the economy, stability of the region requires new solutions, new products. And it's not only pure business. We're talking about state security, the security of our economy, and the security of our customers. We want to produce innovative goods, innovative fuels. We want to invest in many areas, like we've been doing for a dozen of years or so. We're taking care of the good of the markets, the wealth of the region. I've shown to you the locations of our refineries already, which is a proof of our presence. And indeed, the process was not easy. It was hard to get here where we currently are. However, we are not giving up. We are not resting on our laurels. We will go on. We'll pursue and persevere. We will embark on another process to balance out gas supply in our company so that we can be an entity of 220 billion zlotys of revenue, a company that will transform the market for the benefit of our clients and customers. Once again, let me say thank you. Thank you for accepting our invitation to this conference. Thank you once again. Sir, thank you very much indeed. Now I would like to hand over to Mr. Mohammed Al-Kahtani, VP of Saudi Aramco, responsible for downstream. Sir, the floor is yours.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much. I must tell you that Warsaw, with your beautiful old town and rich history, is a city I have long wished to visit. So, to join you as we mark this important agreement is a tremendous privilege. I must admit, however, I always imagine myself visiting Warsaw in June, not in January. But I am happy to say the winter weather is more than offset by the warmth of our reception. So we thank you for your hospitality. My long admiration for Poland and the Polish people is driven by its nation's incredible resilience, its history of reinvention. And this is important because we in the oil and gas industry find ourselves at a point of transformation, where resilience and reinvention have never been more important. At Aramco, we are reimagining the future of downstream and the value it will bring, not only to our business, but to the world. Our goal is to build a chemicals business that is a global leader, on par with our position in oil. And our acquisition of a 70% stake in SABIC has been key, creating integrated solutions from crude oil supplies, refined products and chemicals, to lubricants and advanced non-metallic products. Today, we are proud to announce our partnership with PK ORLEN, which marks another very important step in this journey. Our relationship with PK ORLEN began in 2016 when crude oil sales that marked Aramco's entry into the Baltic market and ORLEN's first long-term contract with supplier from the Gulf region. That relationship has grown, and the partnership we announced today will see Aramco and ORLEN working together in a variety of ways to bring value and innovation to Poland's energy market. Through this partnership agreement, Aramco will acquire a 30% equity interest in Gdansk refinery, 100% equity interest in the associated wholesale business, and a 50% equity interest in a jet fuel marketing joint venture with BP. Alongside the partnership agreement, we are signing a memorandum of understanding between Aramco, SABIC, and ORLEN, through which we will explore petrochemical opportunities in Poland and Central and Eastern Europe, including a focus on liquids to chemicals pathways. Additionally, an MOU is being signed between Aramco and ORLEN to explore numerous opportunities in research and development. Aramco is already one of the largest integrated refiners in the world, and this partnership bolsters our strong position with the placement of up to 400,000 barrels per day of Arabian crude oil into ORLEN's system, serving a vibrant Polish energy market. Moreover, it's a partnership that simply makes good sense. Aramco brings to the table a commitment to reliability that has been forged over nearly 90 years of service to our customers around the world. Through SABIC, we are pursuing game-changing opportunities in petrochemicals. We are driving technologies of the fourth industrial revolution to enhance value and increase safety. And we have prioritized sustainability, not just through the low carbon intensity of our oil and advanced R&D, but through our net zero ambitions going forward. And all of these efforts perfectly complement the strengths and ambitions being brought to the table by our colleagues at ORLEN. This partnership moves our companies forward on many fronts. So I'd like to thank our colleagues at ORLEN, as well as the team from SABIC, for their extraordinary efforts to bring this deal and these MOUs to reality, especially in light of the many challenges related to COVID-19 restrictions. In fact, while today is symbolic of a new phase in our partnership, we hope we can come together again with an even bigger event in a few months, once all the formalities and approvals are in place. But we wanted to join you in person today for a very simple reason. In a city that has taught the world so much about resilience, it is meaningful that we come together here to build the resilience of our businesses and our industry in a powerful way. Thank you once again for your hospitality. Thank you.
Bardzo serdecznie dziękuję. Teraz zapraszam do symbolicznego podpisania dokumentów prezes PKN ORLEN, pan Daniel Obajtek. Zapraszam na scenę, panie prezesie, oraz wiceprezes Saudi Aramco, pan Mohammed Al-Kahtani. Serdecznie dziękuję. Poproszę teraz pana Mohameda Al-Kahtani, wiceprezesa
Thank you very
Saudi
much.
Aramco,
Now
o
I
zajęcie
invite
swojego
Mohamed
miejsca na
Al-Kahtani,
widowni. Bardzo
the
serdecznie
CEO of Saudi
dziękuję.
Aramco, to take his seat, the Vice President of Saudi Aramco to take his seat at the audience. Thank you very much.
Mr. Al-Kahtani, thank you very much. I may ask you to take your seat. Na scenę zapraszam raz jeszcze pana prezesa Daniela
Once again,
Obajtka
I invite CEO Daniel Obajtek to the floor, and I also invite Mr. Oskar Vilagi, the Vice President of MOL company.
Bardzo serdecznie dziękuję.
Thank you very much.
Bardzo dziękuję.
Thank you very
Zapraszam
much.
teraz na scenę
Now I
pana
invite to the
Sultana
floor
Aldota, przewodniczącego Rady
Mr.
Nadzorczej Grupy MOL i poproszę o zabranie głosu.
Oskar Vilagi, a member Zoltan Aldot. Please, the floor is yours.
Miniszterelnök helyettes úr, tisztelt elnök úr,
Mr.
Excellent, nagykövet asszony,
CEO,
nagykövet úr,
Mr. Prime Minister,
tisztelt partnerek, kedves
Excellencies,
vendégeink.
Mr. Ambassador,
Nagyon örülök,
Mrs.
hogy itt lehetek.
Ambassador, dear partners and dear guests. I'm very
Előttem
happy
szóló
that I am here
Szaudi
today
Aramcos
with
kollégával
you.
szemben ez nem az első alkalom. Nagyon sokszor volt
It is
lehetőségünk
not the first
MOL
time,
színeiben
as it was
találkozni
said by
az
the
Orlennel, Lotosszal,
Vice President
és hát külön
of
öröm, hogy
Aramco. We
a
already
mai
had
napon
plenty of
annyi év után egy ilyen
opportunities
történelmi
as
jelentőségű
MOL to
ügyletnek
meet
a
with Orlen
részesei
and
lehetünk.
others. And it is a great
Mindenekelőtt
pleasure for
szeretnék
us today,
gratulálni
after so many
a
years,
PKN Orlennek
we
és
again
Obajtek
are taking
elnök úrnak
part in such
a mai nagy
historical
jelentőségű
events.
tranzakciók lebonyolításához.
I congratulate CEO Daniel Obajtek for such a transaction with such a volume, and indeed Orlen is going to strengthen its leadership position
és
on
amelyel
the regional
egyúttal új
markets in
regionális és
Europe.
nemzetközi partnerségeket
And
hív
at the same
életre.
time,
Ezek a partnerségek meggyőződésünk
we
szerint
are
jelentős
starting
új üzleti
new
lehetőségeket nyitnak
partnerships,
meg a
international
PKN Orlen,
partnerships, which
de a
in
partnerek számára
our
is.
opinion
Hát külön
can
öröm gratulálni a Szaudi Aramcónak is,
give a
aki
new potential,
hosszabb
a
idő
new
után tér
possibilities
vissza
both
az
for
európai
Orlen and for the
piacra direkt
partners. I
befektetéssel.
congratulate
Nyilvánvalóan egy
Aramco
óriási
for
lépés, és
that they are
kibővíti
coming
azt
back
a
after so many years
olajipari
with
családot,
investments to
ami
Europe. It's a
ebben a
huge step
térségben
forward.
már eddig is
It is
működött.
now
Az 1000 éves
joining to
magyar-lengyel baráti viszony során
crude oil
mindig találtunk olyan
family,
pontokat,
which
ahol együtt
we have
egymásért
here in the
küzdöttünk.
region. When it comes to
Azt hiszem, a kulturális
1,000-year-old
értékeinket és
friendship between
hagyományainkat
Poland and Hungary,
valamennyien
we've
ismerik,
always
ezeket nem
had
kell
common
bemutatni.
points where we could
Minket, magyarokat
support
és
one another.
lengyeleket
Those who know the
azonban
culture and history know
múltunk
it
mellett
very well.
jelenünk, és jövőnk is ezer szállal lesz.
We,
Ez a régió közös
Hungarians and
otthonunk,
Poles
ahol a
are
gazdasági
joined not only
élénkítés,
by
a fenntarthatóság,
past
de a tehetségkutatás
and present,
területén
but
is
also
támaszkodni kell
future. It is our
Ahogy azt mondják,
goal
a
to
párhuzamosok
support one another
csak
in
a
the domain of
végtelenben
sustainable
találkoznak.
development.
A PKN Orlen és a MOL eddig hosszú ideig,
It is
évtizedekig
said
egymás
that
mellett
we are meeting in the infinity, and that indeed is happening. For decades we've been working together, and today our histories meet again. And after long talks, we now have the agreement that we are signing to the benefit of both sides. We are going now to have a share in Polish retail by acquiring 400 fuel stations. And also, as Mr. CEO mentioned, PKN ORLEN is entering Hungarian and Slovakian markets. In the previous decades, MOL and ORLEN were there were attempts to weaken our positions, but we've managed, because our region without our two companies wouldn't be the same anymore. I am convinced that those two companies are going to be shaping the crude oil market in the Central Europe, and I really think that we are indispensable in our region. Not only our shareholders are happy, but also our consumers are happy with that. The cooperation and also competition between us is all the time encouraging us for reaching out to more and more innovation. Poland, for MOL, means much more than just a 40 million market. We want to cooperate. We want to focus on employees. We want to focus also on our other agreement that we've signed. It also has strategic meaning, because in 2016 we've begun a strategy which meets the demands of the market. It takes into account the climate crisis, and last year in February we've switched to an even higher speed, when in our new strategy we've decided to take even more ambitious goals, and we immediately started transformation of our company. After only a year, and not even a year, we already have a fourth such transaction, an acquisition where we increase our share in the market and we influence the shape of the market in the region. So we cannot wait to enter as actors to the market in Poland in order to get closer to our Polish partners and consumers. That will be an added value for the consumers and for our shareholders. We are aware that we are about to face a very important task which is in front of us. Right now it is a milestone. Next to acquiring new investments in Kazakhstan and in Hungary, building a new refinery in Hungary leads us to another step. Right now it's our 10th country, and we can keep on strengthening in the Middle East. So, Mr. CEO, today's meeting is a meeting of two companies which have in the heart the future of our region. We know where the world is heading. We know also that only through an innovation and through running forward we can make it. And we've been working for the region all this time. We've achieved today what we could have done before already. The success of our two companies is a success of Poland and Hungary. We showed that we can make not only in infinity but also before that. We have huge expectations when it comes to our cooperation with ORLEN, and we want to thank very much to our partners in ORLEN, and thank you for signing the agreement today. Thank you very much for taking the floor, and now I invite Vice Prime Minister and Minister for State Assets, Jacek Sasin, to the floor. The floor is yours, your Prime Minister.
Excellencies, ambassadors, honorable members of managing bodies of
companies which matter so much globally and in our region. Indeed, we meet on a historic day. It is true what has been said by Mr. Obajtek at the beginning of this conference. We've been waiting for that day. We've been working for that date for years. The very project of merging Lotos and ORLEN was born more than a dozen years ago. Today, I go back to that moment in time when late Lech Kaczyński was our president. He was the father, the originator of the idea of that merger. Back then, he saw that two companies operating on a limited market, a Polish market, where the leading shareholder is the state treasury, should join forces, should work hand in hand, should combine their potential so that they can develop much more quickly and work to the benefit of the development of our country and our region. But then there was just an idea that seemed hard to implement, an idea that would require a tremendous effort, arguments that had to be presented in Poland and on the international arena, an idea that was not sure to get the approval of the appropriate EU bodies in the context of market concentration. It was only in 2016 when the law and justice took over the responsibility for Poland that we were able to kickstart our work, and our works gained a tremendous momentum when Mr. Obajtek became the CEO of ORLEN. Let me take this opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for bringing us here where we are right now. Today we can say with satisfaction ORLEN, Lotos are companies that can acquire such strategic partners like Saudi Aramco, a company that is indeed a global player, the greatest producer of fuels, an absolute leader when it comes to the chemical market and modern technologies. That would not have been possible had it not been for this idea, this tremendous development that we have been experiencing here at ORLEN in the recent years. This is a boost for the Polish chemical and petrochemical industry. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the new company that is in its nascency today, the new chemical and petrochemical entity, is a huge chance for Poland, a huge chance for Polish economy, an opportunity to successfully face the challenges that are ahead of us right now, challenges related to energy transformation, challenges related to global transformation, new sources of energy, new sources of fuel. It is a chance for the region to become truly independent. Our region has for decades been an area where local companies were just a background to the operations of multinationals and tycoons for abroad. This region is bringing about an important entity, a player whose activities will not only be visible in Poland or in the CEE region, a player that has the muscles to be an international player, to play on international markets. I'm very happy, thanks to the agreements and the decisions that were taken, this will be possible. Thanks to our agreement with MOL, ORLEN will be able to enter new markets in the CEE region. That has been mentioned by Mr. Obajtek. He spoke about ORLEN retail stations in Hungary and Slovakia, together with the Czech Republic, Germany, Lithuania and Poland, our homeland. Indeed, you see that we have a true territorial reach. The eagle of ORLEN will be present in the entire CEE region, a region that really needs quick development, needs the right pace of investment, needs access to modern technologies to be able to catch up with other European countries, which, thanks to different historical twists and turns, are more developed than we are right now. I sincerely hope that the decisions that were taken correct me. I am sure that the decisions that were taken will serve that purpose, and we will be able to serve the region in ever more fully. Saudi Aramco has been present on the global arena up until now. For us, working with you, working together with you, is a chance to make the best use of that time, to tap into the potential that open up for us to develop more quickly, to build the power and wealth of our citizens and the citizens of the region. As has been said by my fourth speaker, I'm sure that this makes sense. This makes sense for both of us, not only for ORLEN, not only for Lotos, not only for the new entity, the big ORLEN that will soon become a fact of reality, but also for Saudi Aramco. This complements your global presence, the expansion endeavors that you have been continuing for years. And I'm sure that this agreement will be also a source of satisfaction for you, that you will feel it is good business, because at the end of the day, it's business that matters, isn't it? This event is above all a business event, but I cannot but think about the national dimension of it. As the minister responsible for state assets, I'm responsible for what has been part of the process from the very beginning. From the very beginning, we've been in close contact with the management and the supervisory board of ORLEN and Lotos, and I'm truly very satisfied that we are here. We're meeting here to say that this is the last mile to make this tremendous project, a visionary project of late President Lech Kaczyński, for it to take shape and become reality. We and those who will come here to be our successors, future generations, will feel that today Poland joined the group of countries that have an internationally recognizable brand, a company that we can be proud of, a company that is not only local but is a truly global and international player. Congratulations. Congratulations on all the decisions that were taken today. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all those who have made it possible for their hard work. I would like to thank those who were brave enough to take difficult business decisions. I would like to thank the presidents and CEOs of 4 companies. Let's not forget about Lotus. You are an important player in the process. I would like to thank the members of the management boards, the supervisory boards, and congratulations. Let me congratulate you once again. It's a truly historical day, a tremendous achievement for the Polish economy, for the European economy, something that will be remembered forever. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, indeed it is a day like no other, a historical moment. That's why it deserves to be commemorated. Now I would like the following people to join me on the stage. First, the host of today's event, CEO of PKN ORLEN, Mr. Daniel Obajtek. I would like to invite to the floor Prime Minister Jacek Sasin. I would like to invite the delegation of Saudi Aramco, headed by Mr. Mohammed Al-Qahtani.
Guys, if I may invite all of you, thank you very much.
I would also like to invite the delegation of MOL and the entire management board of PKN ORLEN and members of the supervisory board.
I invite the management board of Lotos Group. There's plenty of guests for our family picture. Let's wait a bit more for everyone to gather on stage.
Szanowni Państwo, wydaje
Ladies
się,
and
że musimy
gentlemen,
stanąć
it looks
troszkę
like we have
bliżej
to
albo jakoś się ścieśnić, bo nie wiem, czy się
stand
wszyscy
closer
zmieszczą
to
na
one another, to
pamiątkowym
squish a
zdjęciu.
bit,
Mam
because
nadzieję,
I
że
am
tak.
afraid that there is not
Bo to
going to be
rzeczywiście
room in the
historyczna
picture for
chwila.
everyone.
Szanowni Państwo,
It is indeed a
jesteśmy
historical
w
moment,
komplecie.
ladies and gentlemen. Now
Fotografów uprzejmie
everyone
proszę
is
o
on the
uwiecznienie tej
stage,
historycznej
so
chwili.
it's a moment for photographers to take a picture, a family picture.
Bardzo serdecznie dziękuję
Thank you
wszystkim
very much.
Państwu. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. Szanowni Państwo, bardzo serdecznie dziękuję za uwagę i za udział w dzisiejszej konferencji prasowej i do zobaczenia. A wszystkich Państwa zapraszam do rozmów kuluarowych i na